police will allege that this 22-year-old man from the local area deliberately attacked Ms Murphy the day that she went missing.
On yesterday's show, we discussed the suppression order that was placed on the identity of the 22-year-old man who was charged by Victorian police for the murder of Ballarat mum Samantha Murphy. That suppression order was lifted today, meaning we can tell you about the man accused of killing the 51-year-old mother of three. Joining me now with the latest on this story is 7 News Melbourne crime reporter Cassie Zervos. Cassie, what can you tell us about why the magistrate decided to lift the suppression order?
So today in court, we were represented by our media lawyer. Again, the courtroom was packed, both online and in the courtroom. The magistrate decided to overturn the interim order for fair and accurate reporting. And also the accused, who we can now identify, his name is Patrick Stevenson. His lawyer actually withdrew his application, given the fact that there was so much back and forth between our media lawyer and the courts. And so it was withdrawn this morning, which made we were allowed to report his name, his identity, and more on his history and who he is.
Well, now that we can do that, what do we know about Patrick Stevenson?
So he is a 22-year-old young man. He plays at his local footy club, which is called Redan Football and Netball Club. He's a local tradie in town as well. He's a Sparky. What we can now reveal is that he was arrested at a property in Scottsburn, which is maybe a few kilometres out of the main town. He was actually house sitting there with his girlfriend. So that's when police moved in 2 days ago and arrested him at 6 o'clock in the morning. But the biggest revelation in all of this is that his father is a former AFL football ruckman. He played for Geelong and he played for Richmond between 2012 and 2014. So there's actually a bit of background about who this alleged murderer is and his family. So his family are very well known in town because of that AFL link as well. Today we went to Oren's house, so Patrick's father's home in Ballarat, and there was no one home. It looks like they've all packed up and got out of town. As you can understand, he had no family in court. He had no supporters in court. His girlfriend wasn't even in court. So today it was purely just media in that courtroom. Yesterday we saw a lot of members from the public who were there to support Samantha and her family. But today it was just media for that fight for that suppression order to be lifted.
And what are the locals saying?
The locals are really taken aback by the age of the alleged murderer. He's only 22, and there are still so many questions about this case. There's so many questions about why, how, where is she as well. This is the main one. Today I went past Michael's house, so Samantha's husband, and believe it or not, it's actually his birthday today. So I went over and I approached him and I just said, look, we're not rolling. I just wanted to come over and pass on, my respects to you and the family. And he said, it's my birthday and it's a day I should be celebrating with my wife and my family and my children. And he goes, I don't even know what to do. He was sort of pottering around in his garden and he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to do housework, whether to just, go for a walk myself. And he said, I'm just at a loss as to what's happened and how my life has just turned upside down so suddenly.
Yeah, unimaginable grief that he must be dealing with right now. And so what is the process from this point, and when might we get more details from Victorian Police about the charges that they've placed on Patrick Stevenson?
Now it'll be a search. They will be discussing with his lawyer what the next step is. They're hoping, obviously, to find Samantha. I've been told that there won't be any searches going on this weekend, but they're hoping for towards the end of next week. And then from there, the next court appearance will be in the middle of the year. That'll be a committal hearing. And from there, that's when police will put forward their case as to what they will allege has happened. And his defence will give their side of the story as well. So we've got a few more months to wait and see what happened on that morning Samantha disappeared. But until then, it's a waiting game to see if police are able to find her body and if Patrick assists in that process as well, of course.
Well, we appreciate you making some time for us on what is no doubt a very, very busy day for you. Cassie Zervos from 7 News Melbourne, thanks for keeping us up to date.
Thank you for having me.